That is the Google Nest battery's proprietary little connector, and this is your light. So it's actually showing that it's getting solar because of the lights here at my desk. So that's pretty cool that it shows that. All right, today we are back with something that I've been wanting forever. So you may remember, like 3 years ago, almost at this point, in October of 2021, I bought the Google Nest battery cameras. These are mainly outdoor, but can also be indoor battery-powered cameras from Google Nest. Now, these are great cameras with the exception of the fact that about every 90 days, I have to take the camera down, bring it inside, plug it in and charge it, then set it back up, and normally even set back up my activity zones were that it would give me alerts because, I mean, I could never position it in the exact same way. Now, Weatherstein makes a solar panel for the Google Nest battery camera, but unfortunately, I could never get one from them. When I went to order one, they were all out of stock, so I just kind of was like, not worried about it, and have just dealt with taking this camera down and charging it. But today, special thanks to this company who was nice enough to send me a Google Nest battery camera solar panel. Now, this is an IP66 weatherproof solar panel. It even has a light to tell you like that it's charging, and it has a 4-meter cable, which is, well, how many feet is 4 meters?
4 meters is equal to 13 feet, 1.48 inches.
So it has a 13-foot cable. So of course, we're gonna get on overhead rig. We're gonna unbox this. It's a great time to put this up because I have about a week left of charge. We're gonna plug this in and see how much charge we get over at least probably 2 days with this camera and see exactly how it works. Now let me add here that sometimes you can drain a battery on a battery camera quicker depending on how much activity the area has. My camera only gets triggered if someone pulls in my driveway, which is like us leaving in the morning and coming home in the evenings, and if like the mailman comes up and brings something. So my camera gets triggered and sends something to the cloud maybe 4 to 5 times a day, give or take. Of course, I have the road blocked, so it's not triggering if a car drives by, which you should do as well. But if you're in like an apartment complex or one of these, you may use it a little bit more. If you're in a heavily traffic walking area in your house, in a neighborhood, it might get triggered more as well. So click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. And let's check out this Google Nest battery camera solar panel. So this is essentially the front of the solar panel. So you can see mono solar panel, IP65 protection. Well, the Amazon listing says 66. So cable storage, light reminder, 5-volt output voltage. This is a 6-watt solar panel, easy installation and eco-friendly, and really nothing else around this box. So we'll open it on up here. Got a little guide here. Very nice. Then this is our solar panel. So what's really, really cool about it, and one of my favorite features, is this right here. This is for the cable. So you're able to just kind of take out as much cable as you may need and then neatly clip it back into here so that the rest of your 13-foot cable is in there. And just so you know, that is the Google Nest battery's proprietary little connector, and this is your light. So it's actually showing that it's getting solar because of the lights here at my desk. So that's pretty cool that it shows that. Personally like that. Then we've got some screws for mounting, a little template plate. Wow, these actually have holes already in them. Very nice. Of where to put this. So you can mount this for your solar panel. And that's, of course, this ring essentially slides right over like this. And then this whole piece goes on like this. Then you just tighten everything down. There we go, that's essentially all together. And that also helps angle this. So you'd loosen this a little bit to be able to re-angle it any way you may need. So nothing else in this packaging here. So one other thing I want to show you while I'm here. So sorry for the reflectiveness of this, but if I go to cameras, turn it this way, and we select our front yard camera, this is our Nest camera. As you can see, the Nest logo in the corner there. And if I select this, it brings up our battery percentage, which shows that we're at 18%. So let's go plug this in and see what it looks like after 2 days. It is 1:05 p.m. on Monday, April 15th. So this is my Google Nest battery, and the sun is somewhere here above us. Now, it does set this way, at least in the summertime. So I have the option to either try to mount it here and like face it that way, or I might could just kind of hang it here and like let the cable run up, and then it would still get a ton of sun in the afternoon, and it'll even get sun like even here in the shade. You see the cable is flashing and pulsing because there's enough light out here for it to get sun. So I think that might be what I do. I think I'm just going to try to hang it kind of right here, or maybe even down to this one, and just snake the cable up to it. And I think that'll be the easiest way to mount this. I won't even have to use the screws. So let me figure this out. So yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna get me a little zip tie and kind of run around this to hold it on here where it'll never move. But essentially, I'll have my solar panel right here, and we'll just run this cable up right to there, and then take this and we just plug it in right there, all magnetized in. There we go. Now let me go back and let's look here. We have our light pulsating there, so it is actively charging. And let's go check the tablet. And so now it's showing plugged in. It's went down to 17%, but that's just because it's been active. So yeah, it's actually plugged in. It's actually charging. Now it'll get a lot more sun in probably 2 or 3 hours here. That solar panel will be getting directly hit with sun, and then that solar panel will get hit with sun all the way till 7-ish o'clock or so. So for at least 5 hours each day, it's going to really get beamed with some sun. So as you can see now, it's getting full sun for the next few hours. So let's let this thing charge up. So it is a day later. It's 3:46 p.m. on Tuesday the 16th, just over 24 hours. And I've noticed that if I go into my settings and select on battery, since right now it's getting a ton of sun, it just says plugged in. I actually don't get a percentage, but that's good because that tells me that it's actually charging the battery up. And so after a day of sunlight and on this charger, the solar charger, we went from 16 to 20%. So about 4% per day. But at the end of the day, that's really not that bad, considering that you probably would not use 4% of your camera every day, depending on how active it is. And also, depending on how much sun you're getting, you would get more than 4% in a day. So this is after just over 24 hours. It's 9 p.m. The sun's completely down. We got about 4 to 5% charging on our Google Nest battery camera. And so there you have it. That's a look at this Lifemoi Google Nest battery camera solar panel. I know originally I was going to do 2 days, but in my opinion, to already see 4 to 5% after 1 day, I figured I could go ahead and put this video out. Now, I know in the video it showed 17%, I think the last time that I showed it. A little bit later in that day, it had showed me 16%. And then of course, at the end of the night, the following day, it showed me 20%. So that's why I'm saying 4 to 5%. And of course, my battery camera was used a couple times with me going in and out, us leaving, packages being delivered to the house, etc. So to get 5% over a good day is really not that bad in my opinion. It's about what I would expect from a solar panel and from 6 watts of power from the solar panel. Now, as I mentioned, depending on how much sun you're getting is going to affect this. So if I was to put the solar panel a little lower, I'd probably get sun a little earlier, resulting in a little more charge. Of course, if the camera is not as active, that's going to result in a little more charge. So there's a lot of factors that play into this. And of course, a cloudy day is not going to give you as much sun as a non-cloudy day. Either way, at the end of the day, this solar panel definitely works with my Google Nest battery camera. It definitely adds charge, and it's a great way to keep your Google Nest battery fully charged up where you don't have to deal with taking it down, and you don't have to deal with setting back up your activity zones and all that kind of stuff every time you put it back up. Just a really nice product at the end of the day. So thanks again to the company who was nice enough to send this to me. I'll of course have a link down below to this solar panel if you'd like to grab one for yourself. And I think that will do it for today's video. Click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. We'll see you in the next one. Deuces.